This is the flagship of the European Union's anti-piracy operation off the coast of Somalia. It's the frigate Psara, named after a Greek island. This Greek Navy ship holds the command of the first ever EU naval mission, fighting piracy in the Gulf of Aden and the Indian Ocean. Operation EU NAVFOR Atalanta includes a total of 20 warships. The commander of the Psara heads this European armada for the first 4 months of operation.
What we are trying to do is to establish a safe maritime environment in the area.
The European naval operation off Somalia is the EU's first ever naval mission. It's conducted in support of resolutions adopted by the United Nations Security Council. More than 120 piracy attacks were reported here during the last year, severely disrupting shipping traffic. The operational headquarters of this mission is based in Northwood, west of London, in the United Kingdom.
The operational headquarters provides a pivotal link between the EU headquarters in Brussels and principally its Political and Security Committee and its Military Committee down to the force that will do the work in theatre. So it's a headquarters that will look at the political military interface, that will look at all the aspects of planning and integrating the operation.
The first priority of the EU naval force is to escort ships of the World Food Programme that take food aid to the Somali port of Mogadishu. This to make sure that food supplies like these make it safely to the 1 million Somalis that are displaced.
The mission of EU NAVFOR is military but also humanitarian. Military mission because it's a military naval operation in accordance with the international law, and the enforcement of law and order is the task of Navy warships. Of course, the operation is also humanitarian because we bring the humanitarian aid, food from the WFP to Somalia.
On board the Psara, naval officers from a handful of European Union member states that take part in the mission. Greece, of course, but also France, Portugal, the Netherlands, Spain, and also the United Kingdom, Germany, Sweden, and others.
L'état-major de l'opération européenne Atalanta est extrêmement cosmopolite. Mais finalement, ça pose aucune difficulté puisque nous sommes tous des marins et qu'en haute mer, il n'y a pas de frontières, donc nous parlons quasiment le même langage. Bien entendu, la langue de travail est l'anglais, ce qui ne pose plus vraiment de problème puisque nous sommes tous habitués à travailler de cette façon.
The EU naval mission protects vulnerable merchant ships, especially those sailing through the Gulf of Aden, by making them part of so-called group transits. Each vessel in such a group is asked to report any suspicious activity and be prepared to take prompt action to repel any attack until help arrives, often by helicopter. The European ships in the area deter pirates by acting as a police force. They communicate their presence over the radio, use helicopters for aerial surveillance, and carry out boardings of any suspicious vessels. This under a set of robust rules of engagement that allows pirates to be arrested and vessels to be seized.
Use of force is always an option, but it must be strictly limited by the principles of necessity and of proportionality, and of course, it must be in accordance with our rules of engagement.
The naval mission is seen as part of a comprehensive EU approach to the crisis in Somalia. This approach also covers political and humanitarian aspects.
The piracy cannot be fully eradicated by the naval units in the area. This is a political issue, and a restoration of peace, as well as the appropriate laws and order, should be established in Somalia for that purpose.
This operation in itself cannot solve all of the problems in Somalia, and I think what you will see over the course of the next year or so is a range of other operations, a range of other activity, much of it coordinated by the European Union, much of it coordinated elsewhere, to try and look at the underlying reasons behind piracy.
The EU Naval Forces operation is conducted in the framework of the European Security and Defence Policy. The mission has an initial mandate for 12 months.